This is Luke Basin from MMA Fancast coming to you just at the end of Brawl in the Burgh 23 for 247 Fighting Championship with a very impressive debut for 247. Your third pro fight, Geno Morelli. Geno, this was your hometown coming, and you won, I think it was 41 seconds. Something like that. It was a rear naked choke. I had said when I interviewed you afterwards, it was also almost a knockout. So let's start with that. How much did you know that you had hurt him? He spun towards me. I saw his eyes, that he was kind of out on his feet, but what did you know about that when you hit him?
Yeah, I mean, I saw his eyes roll back. I thought that I would have got to finish with strikes. I hit him a couple times coming down, didn't put him out, but yeah, then the choke was right there, so I had to take it.
Right, obviously, you're gonna pounce on the choke. Yep. You come from the Penn State School of Wrestling, and obviously we've seen how dominant that can be. Right. So where do you think you are now? You're at a point. You're 3-0. You're 30 years old. You're coming off some injuries, but you look incredible in the fight. So where do you think things are headed for you?
Yeah, I think I'm prepared to fight the best guys in the world right now. That's what I believe. You know, I'm 3-0. I think at this point for the UFC, it's just a matter of hopefully that was something that, you know, carries some weight with them. But if I have to get more fights, that's what I'll do. I'm prepared to just, you know, do whatever I got to do. I want to fight in December again if I can. But Contender Series, I think, ends in like 4 weeks or something. So probably tough to get on that this year, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you did take out a 2-0 guy. Both you guys were 2-0, and you knew that like that's an important thing to do.
Yeah.
Now, talk a little bit about your transition to your current gym. You gave him a shout out. I'm a former youth pastor. The message at the end talking about the fact that you went to be at a gym that focuses on Christ, a gym that obviously is still high level MMA. But how did you get pulled to that, and what's the gym name, and kind of how did all that work out?
Yeah, so I went up to help Stephen Thompson with a couple of his fights. I helped him with wrestling when he went against Gilbert Burns and another one of his fights. So I went up there for camp, stayed with Coach T, bunked up in his house, enjoyed him as a coach, as a leader, as a father figure. We had a team that was centered on Christ when I was at Penn State, and I think that's a key to success. So to have him, Coach T, have Steven be believers, that's what you want to surround yourself with. So
wow, yeah, I mean that's incredible. That's a big part of it. I think that's a big, you know, it's a faith focus which matters.
Right.
And so obviously, I mean, we talk about this. I've talked about this as a coach and a pastor. Is your identity's in Christ. Obviously, hopefully you get to the UFC, you become champ. All that's great. But that eternity is set. Like that's the biggest
100%.
thing. We could do a whole sermon here, but I really appreciate your time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on the show. Hope to continue to follow your career going forward. But you put on an absolute clinic, absolutely dominant. And you talked about Coach T being in your corner. You also had Jason Nolf, who is a 3-time Penn State national champ. What was it like? Does he train with you a lot, or is this kind of like a special thing? What was it like having him in your corner?
Yeah, so Jason and I, we wrestled together at Penn State. Guy I look up to. He competes, probably the best competitor, I think, in college wrestling history. We founded a business together called Athletes Ocean, where we film the best martial artists in the world, put their technique on our platform. So we're really close. He's a believer, and it's just awesome to have him with me. I love him.
Wow, yeah, that brotherhood in Christ is obviously the most important. Plus, you share the passion of MMA. What's it like running the business with Jason? And you guys are both professional athletes. What's that like, balancing professional athletes with an entrepreneurship?
We have a really good balance. So Jason, he has an incredible network, hard worker, and then we brought some other guys on the team. We have 3 other guys that Jason and I hired on the team. We're the main 2 founders, and yeah, it's just been great. We, obviously we're busy with competing and stuff too, but whenever we're busy competing, our team kind of picks up the weight for us, and we're about to launch a new app and hopefully raise a round of capital soon. So it'll be exciting.
Athletes Ocean, we should check that out as well. Thanks so much for coming on. It's been Luke Basin with MMA Fancast with your winner by incredible rear naked choke, first round, 41 seconds. Geno Morelli, thanks so much for coming on.
Yep, thank you.